Cancer, breast
We're
cancer,
overrepresented
thyroids, overrepresented in all
but the
of that.
point is, we're overrepresented in anything that's negative. So we need to look at that. We really do need to look at that one. So really.
How does the role of women play, the role we play as women of African descent, does it benefit us in any way?
I think so. It's the history that comes with it, and I think sometimes when you've gone through experiences, it makes you a stronger person. It's like you're able to deal with things. You know, you're not going to fall apart because somebody said something to you. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm happy for the fact that the way that I'm a black woman and the experiences that I've had, because it's made me able to be more resilient, and I can pass that on to other women. And so, yeah, I wouldn't want it any other way, to be honest.
Yeah. What do you think, Malona?
I think that it's difficult. There's a bit on each side. I think that we, as black women, jumped onto the white feminist struggle and threw away our men, and we told them they were absolutely useless and disgusting and revolting and they were no good, and didn't fully understand their plight. And we are very strong, and we do for ourselves, and we keep our households. And you know, I don't know any woman that needs a man to be able to get by from day to day to day to day, whereas very much it was about, we were in this union for economics, for support, for all of this stuff. So in terms of being able to survive, we know that we can do this. However, do we really want to? Why do you want to? Who wants that? Why do you want it? Why you don't want somebody to share your life with? Why you don't want someone to take half of it? I want to be carrying around stuff, but no. So I think, no, I don't think that we, I think that we, there's a period of work, and then there's a period of beings, enlightenment, whatever. I think that we have done the work. We are not there, but I think we've done enough where we can say, I can just relax for a minute and have a cup of tea. We're at that point. So now I want things that I want. I want things that elevate, that I don't want to be survive. I want to be the things. I want to be elevated. I want to enjoy all of that stuff that comes with a higher. And so it helps me in that I know that I can always survive. It allows me to take risks, because whatever happens, I can find my feet again, so I'm good. But I think that it can close us, and life's about love and about shit, and it's about, and I think that strength can close us in and make us protectionists of our own selves and our own what we have. And yeah, it's got to take a risk sometimes and kind of just be and share and just allow to, because I think that there is greatness over there. And I think that as black women, we deserve greatness.
I don't think I was talking in contrary to what you were saying. I think that for me, the issue is, then you're going to talk about the gender between men and women. Is it because we are strong black women that we don't, that in terms of relationships, that falls? Is that how you're bringing that in?
I mean, without a doubt, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's not the totality of it, but I would be intellectually dishonest if I didn't say that as black women, we have some role to play. I'm not saying, you know, whatever the reasons why we have to be strong and tough, I would definitely say that there was a period of time when we jumped on the white feminist bandwagon, and we're like, we don't need you, you're rubbish, you're useless, we got this, and we did for ourselves, and then everybody needs to pull their socks up. But I think at times we were overly harsh on our black men, and they ran to the hills into arms of women that did not look like us, because they couldn't deal with no more harshness. And I think that it's not the only, but it's a part of it, and we need to be honest about that part of it.
You know, I don't call myself a feminist. I don't see myself as a feminist, to be absolutely honest. I just see that I've got to do things. But does that mean that I'm a feminist? No, I think it would be nice to share my life with somebody for whatever reason, and maybe part of it could have been the way that I had to do things, and I wasn't vulnerable in terms of I need a man to help me to do something, and maybe that could be part of it. But I don't see myself as a feminist. Unfortunately, the way how you want to look at it, I'm not in a relationship. But would I attribute that because of the way I am? I'm not sure I can say that, but maybe.
Yeah.
I see where you, but I think when we look at the benefits, in terms of what you both have just talked about, you were saying that you think it benefits you because in some ways it has allowed you to develop as a person. So if you hadn't had certain experiences, it wouldn't have brought you to this point. And what Maloney is also saying is that there's two sides. There is the positive sides of actually being in this leadership role, but also there is the downside. For instance, if the men were playing a role, you wouldn't have to do so much, and then you wouldn't have so much of a stress. I actually agree with both of you in all things in both areas, or three areas if you like. And the thing is that if you look at so many of us, and I go back to the health factor, and the thing is, until I've not done empirical research, it's just people that we talk to. A lot of us as women are, we're ill. We're suffering from blood pressure, diabetes.
Highest rates of cancer. Black women have the highest rates of cervical cancer, breast cancer, thyroid, overrepresented in all of that.
But the point is, we're overrepresented in anything that's negative. So we need to look at that. We really do need to look at that one. Really,
when you say that, Joan, I'm really. It's funny. I had this wonderful conversation with a friend that I went out with yesterday, and what we were talking about was really interesting. And I have this statement that I now say is I shut out the external voices. Don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear about racism anymore. I don't want to hear about how we suffered anymore. I don't want to hear what I'm supposed to do. I don't want to hear any of that. I just want to hear what's going on inside. It could be attributed to the fact that I am 54 and I have come a long way. I've gone through all of the journeys. I did focus at one point on historically. I went and studied Caribbean studies to find out about my roots, my history and all that. Joined a whole heap of black groups and all sorts of things, did all of that. Come full circle, done my own thing, start my own business, do all sorts of things, and come into my own, okay? And the biggest thing I'm learning is that while you're caring for everybody else, who's caring for you? In terms of benefit, all of what we're doing, nothing's really going to benefit us unless we look after number one, and we are number one, right? And I feel that if I don't block out these external voices, you've got children, they're your number one. You don't matter anymore because you're a black woman and you're down the bottom. I don't care anymore. I block that because I'm number one. I'm a queen. Hello? I'm a queen. I don't care which country. I can go in any country I want to go, and I will be a queen, and I walk with my head high. Here's the thing. I feel good about myself. I'm happy now because I have blocked out every single sound. I'm almost, something happened to me the other day, and I said, I'm walking around in a bubble. I can't hear anything. Somebody asked me, so I actually didn't think, because literally now I've got a bubble that I walk around with. I've clothed myself with this bubble. I don't want to hear anything. I just want us to be in this world of tranquility. This is where I belong, because I'm a queen. I'm a queen, and I am not, all of the thing, I no longer belong to this anymore. I've carved this out. So when you say you've benefited from those experiences, yes, I've learned. Had I not gone through that journey, I probably wouldn't be able to realize that, that's not really useful. No, that's not useful. That's not useful. This, however, feels good. And the two of us last night, we were speaking, we were both almost like saying very similar things. We've both had different journeys, but similar at the same time. But we've both arrived at the same place where she's saying to me, she's really happy. Happiness is within. She's not expecting anything. There's no expectation from this one, that one, the other. It's all about what's going on within here. And I would say the journey has taught me that. So if there's anything about whether I've benefited, yes, I feel I've benefited from the learning experience. I also agree with you when you say that having to take on so much is of no benefit really, when we have to take on all the weight. We need to learn, like you were saying, we both said here, all three of us were saying, we need to share this. Our children need to learn, our boys need to learn to be men, and men who can be responsible with no excuses, regardless of what's going on. You can still look after your family. You can still support your significant other, whoever that is. You know, you can still go out there and work and face the odds or whatever the case may be, just like us, the women. Do you understand? So we don't have to be suffering from blood pressure diseases and all the other things that we might be.
But do you not think that,
stress?
As you say, it's a journey. So you're not the same person you were when you were 20. Your priorities change. As you get older, you think, you know what, them things don't stress me anymore. Whereas if I'm 30, it's going to stress me. Unless someone is going to tell me, in terms of the way we are now, how do you play it forward? How do you teach a 30-year-old, you know what, you don't need to stress yourself, because when you get to my age, you're either going to drop dead or whatever. So you need to leave that alone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, to me, I think it's an age thing. You've gone through all these different things. Your age is now where, you know what, it don't bother me anymore. Yeah. It's inconsequential. You know why? I've been there, done it, bought a t-shirt. You know, now it's time for me to relax, to me to understand that, you know, you look back and you think, yeah, that was not worth it, or this wasn't worth it. But that only happens because of hindsight. You've looked back on your life and you can see that. And so that's going to be the journey for a lot of women. The thing is, what we can do as women is, because we've been there, we can actually show different things so that we didn't have to go through what they did. So do you understand what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that is about age as well. And thank God for that. Sometimes we don't, you know, we've gone through this for a particular reason, and that is to look back and say, you're not chill. Don't need to go through that again.
And I also think it's the contribution, because even though you're saying, but you've made your contribution, so like it's pick up the mantle and go. Like everybody do something. So I think it's about, so you know, it is still the community, still the collective, it's still about everybody to do something to move forward. And then, you know, there comes a point where now, you know, you guys pick it up, move it forward. We're here now. Where you going? What you doing? Where you taking this thing?
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? I just want to thank these two lovely ladies for coming and contributing to this wonderful, lively conversation, discussion, and I really appreciate your input. And I feel that we've covered this topic as comprehensive as we can, you know, come from an individual perspective. And thank you so much for your personal experiences and your input as well. And I can see just from this discussion that it's opened up a lot of other opportunities to speak to, you know, a range of groups, you know, the men, the young people of other races as well, to get their take on it, because it'd be quite interesting to hear how, if their stories are different to ours. You know, if we are unique as we think we are. Yes. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, just press the like. And if you would like to see more of us, please press subscribe and press the notification button. If you'd like to participate in the discussion further, you can also comment below. And please don't forget to share. Thank you.